What's going on, guys and gals? Welcome back. Today is a beautiful day. It's like 60 degrees, sunny, just awesome, and it's too nice of a day to not get out. So it's evening now. I'm gonna try to get out for a little while and see if I can find some antlers. I know shed season's winding down pretty fast here. With it being this warm today and the rain we've had, I'm sure things will start thickening up and leaves will start popping soon. But in the meantime, I'm gonna continue to try to get those last few shed hunts in and hit some of the spots that I've been meaning to check. And today I'm gonna do just that, hit one of these spots on the main farm that haven't really looked over yet. It's a little bit further than some of the spots I've been looking at, but since it's a nice day and it seems like the sun will last a while, I'm gonna try to get down there and check it out. Before I get going, I just wanted to say, you guys are awesome. We're over 100 subscribers now, and you guys rock. I appreciate all the support, all the feedback I've been getting, all the likes. It's been great. Just want to thank you guys and let you know that I really do appreciate it. Today, my plan is to get to this valley that I want to search, and I'll search both sides of it, so both slopes, the one that faces south and the one that faces north, and see if I can pick something up there. So come with me, let's go get it started. Well, I just got started and already found some bone, so that's awesome. Although it's not the type I was looking for. Just found this guy laying there. I'm guessing raccoon. I don't know though, I'm not sure. Some of the teeth fell out when I picked it up. Had a couple longer ones. Kind of looks like that's what it could be, maybe a small raccoon. I'm not sure. If you guys know, comment below. That would be my best guess. It's just laying here. Kind of cool finding stuff. Like I've mentioned many times, you can, this spring like this, when all the grass is matted down and everything, you never know what you're gonna find. All sorts of old things. All right, guys, this is the valley I'm gonna look over. It goes a quarter of a mile that direction, and it's decently wide. There's some pretty good cover on both sides, some grass down in the middle. This north side of the valley has more open stuff, some of that grass and some pines, and then the south side is quite thick. It still has a little bit of mix of stuff, but I know there's some good bedding in here. So I'm going to start with this side, the side that faces south, and I'm just going to go back and forth and hit that, zigzag my way down to the end of it, and then I'll start zigzagging this other side of the valley and work my way back. There's a bunch of deer sign here. There's some good trails. I've seen several really, really good trails that have been packed down, and I've seen deer up here and found sheds here before, so I think it should be pretty decent. I have pretty high hopes. But I'm going to get started on this and go back and forth, and I'll show you guys what I find. There's another old skull I just found. I think I may have seen this one in past years. It's in a spot where I think I've kind of walked through before. Yeah, I don't know why I find so many of those here. I do think that the deer numbers are pretty high though. Maybe not in a good way, I'm not really sure. It seems like there's plenty of deer sign, and I always see a lot of deer. But I don't know if maybe our buck to doe ratio is off a bit further than it should be. I might have to check into that and run some trail cam surveys later this summer, early fall. There are some methods you can use. I think the University of Missouri has some spreadsheets and data that you can use to set those up. So I might look into that. But yeah, I certainly see a lot of deer sign. No antlers yet, but it looks really good. I mean, a lot of fresh sign even. So I know there's deer in here. It's just a matter of if there were bucks when they were shedding antlers, and if there are, if I actually hit the right spot. But I'm really trying to comb it quite finely here to make sure I don't miss anything. So I'm gonna keep rolling here. I've made a couple passes up and down this south-facing slope. I'm probably halfway, and I'm getting towards maybe some of the better stuff now. I'm not sure. I'm working out towards a cornfield there. There's actually corn to the northwest, and then there's some cornfields a little bit further south and east. So I'm kind of in a pretty good location, I would think, as far as access to food this winter. But we'll see. I'm going to keep on working and see what else I can find. Walking up through some of this thick briar stuff, and I don't see a whole lot of deer trails going through it. It seems like they really skirt the edge, which I don't blame them. It's not fun to go through this stuff. I have kicked them up in here before when I've been shed hunting, but I'm assuming they're kind of just bedded in there. Maybe I'd bumped them earlier and they kind of head for the thick stuff. But I also ran into this guy. I don't even see those thorns. I don't know if what this is for sure. I know we've got some locust on here that has some really crazy looking thorns. And this guy's got some really sharp ones too. Don't want to get into that, that's for sure. You're probably sick of me showing you all the bones, but I just wanted to show you the size of this bone here. I'm sure it's a cow or a horse. It's probably a cow bone. Look at the size of that thing. Kind of looks like a dinosaur. You know, I wish it was a deer bone that size, because I'd be looking for some serious deadhead. But nothing yet. I'm almost done with this run. I've gone almost the whole distance of this slope, and I'm just baffled as to how I have not found an antler. It looks absolutely perfect. Really good tracks. There's picked corn right up here, you can probably see. Just looks awesome. Water, cover, everything they'd need. But for some reason I have not found an antler yet. I don't know why. Not sure if maybe the bucks weren't in here, you know, when it was time to shed, or you know, if it's maybe mostly does, although I see some really huge tracks here and there. Also, I don't know if anybody else got in here and looked it over. They sure shouldn't have, because it's I'm the only one that has permission to shed hunt or hunt on here. But you never know, I guess. You don't know. So I'm just gonna keep looking here, try not to get too discouraged. I know it's easy to do sometimes. I'm gonna check it out a little bit more, and then I'm gonna hop across the valley and hit the other side. Hopefully I find a shed before I get to the other side, but if not, maybe you'll have a pretty good luck over there. We'll see. I finished off that south-facing slope, and now I'm going across here. I'm down in the bottom now, and going across to the kind of the north side of the hill, where I know they do a lot of bedding. I noticed down here it's quite wet. You know, it's kind of deceiving. You look at these deer trails in this really wet stuff, and it looks like it's just crazy amount of activity because it's all churned up from them going across. But you realize that, you know, every time you walk across here, it's tearing it up quite bad. So I never used to really think about that a lot. I always thought, man, there's more activity down in this wet, low stuff than there is up on the hills. But I just think that most of it is that it's just torn up worse because it's softer. But either way, I'm going to try to pick my way across here without getting too wet of feet, and get on this other side hill and see what I can find there. This is what some of the north side of this hill looks like. It's kind of darker, a little bit darker timber, a little bit bigger trees, and it kind of keeps some of the light out. I do know one thing here, the turkeys sure like to roost in this area. I've been seeing a lot of activity from turkeys, and I'll spin you around here, and you can also see that one of them didn't make it for sure. But yeah, it's a really good spot. I know I always hear them roost here when I'm bow hunting. I've got a stand 300 yards or so south of here up over the ridge, but I can always hear them up at night roosting in here, or in the mornings flying down. They make quite a racket. But it's a good spot for that. And I also see a lot of good deer trails going around in here. I don't know if it's a spot where I could find a shed. I have not found sheds before on this side of the hill, although I've never searched it really well before. I found them on the other side where we searched a little bit earlier, but this spot's kind of eluded me shed-wise. Doesn't mean they're not here though. I'm gonna continue to walk this. I'm working my way back towards where I started at the end of this valley, and then once I get back there, I'll probably just head back to the truck. It's getting a little bit late today already, but it sure looks good. I mean, there's definitely a lot of good deer sign. I'm just gonna keep cruising this and see if I can pick something up yet. This is quite a good looking rub here. I haven't seen a lot of stuff like this on this farm, but whatever was hitting this sure was taking out some aggression. These are pretty good sized trees. I mean, decent size, but the fact that it's a nice clump like that might be kind of a signpost. Seems like they're really shredded though. Look like they've been worked over years before as well. It looks like they're really hammering on it. I can see, you know, this is head high. I'm 6'3", and this is about eye level with me. It's torn up there. There's some spots where he hooked in here. I don't know, he must have really, I don't know what they do. I mean, here's some other spots too. These are, I mean, that's probably 7 feet up, and I see one more chunk that's gone up there. I don't know if he kind of bent this over. This isn't the biggest tree here, but whatever got in here was sure aggressive. That's crazy. Just rip stuff up. I really like finding that stuff. There's still a bunch of shreds on the ground from it. I'm gonna keep that in mind. I like this, but cool. I like seeing that. Well, looks like I'm not gonna come up empty-handed today. I was really starting to get discouraged, physically and mentally drained, just covering a bunch of ground. I think I'm almost up to 5 miles now, not seeing anything, and grinding up and down this hill gets to be tiring. And I wasn't gonna walk up here, but I decided I'd get up to the top and continue, just try to stick with it. I know it's getting a bit late. And I literally stepped right on this old antler. It's a tiny little thing. I mean, it's probably it looks like there may have been another point, but got chewed off. I don't think so though. But it was completely buried. Just the pedicle was sticking out. I actually stepped on it and it made kind of a funny noise, and I looked down and I'd kicked it loose right here from these leaves. But it's an antler nonetheless. I think this guy I'm gonna end up leaving. I don't really feel like carrying him out, and he's so chewed up. Maybe I'll give some of these rodents here a little bit more calcium to chew on. So I think I'll probably leave him. Feeling good. It's funny how just finding something little like that can kind of put some wind back in your sails. You know what? I walked enough for this thing today. I changed my mind. I'm gonna bring him out. I can't come out of here completely empty-handed. Not that I'm done yet, but I don't have a whole lot of confidence after walking so far. By the way, that's not a white monster I've got there. Although I do like that stuff today, I'm just got water in there. Just figured I'd bring it as a water bottle. That would probably give me the kick I need to keep going here. I'd probably be ready to run up and down these hills. For whatever reason, this stuff really reminds me of Colorado and where I've elk hunted before. It just seems like the pines and mixed with some of this grass, the weather today, just the way the light looks. It's dry, it's sunny, blue sky. It really just seems like a Colorado elk hunt, and I'm digging it. I really enjoy being out there, and I'm hoping to get back there soon in the next few years. I'm enjoying it today. It's kind of bringing back good memories of hunting out there in the past. But still nothing, although I'm just looked here and I see something on the ground here. Somebody lost an arrow at some point. This is not something an arrow I shoot. I don't even know what it is. An old one. Gold tip, graphite, XT 5575. It looks like I'll shake the broadhead off. I'm not sure what kind that is even. I was just thinking maybe a wasp, but I don't think it is. Huh, this looks like it's been here a long time. Somebody shot something years ago or shot at something and lost an arrow. I'll take that out today and toss it. I don't like leaving junk out in the woods here. Well guys, that's gonna do it for me today. Made it back out to the truck and I'm beat. It was a lot of walking, but did find that one shed, that one spike antler. It was an old one, but an antler nonetheless. I appreciate you guys joining me. Hopefully you guys liked the video. If so, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I do have one more spot on this property I want to shed hunt. It's a really thick bedding area with some sumac and some other stuff. We never go in there, and so I'd like to go check it out. It's been a few years since I've been in there. Just kind of like to look at it once, and it seems like it would be a really good spot too. I also am hoping the next time that I get out, I'll be on one of the 2 properties that I had mentioned in the last video, where I've got a couple properties left that I never even touched this year. So I might try to get out on one of those. Other than that, I've got a Duramax modification that I'm gonna place an order for here in the next week. So if you guys are interested in seeing some mods to the Duramax, I've got one coming up. Yeah, I've got a few other surprises. I had mentioned one before, and I still have to put together a video on something that I picked up yet. Hopefully you guys like that. That being the case, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you soon. Thanks.